Okay, I just went through the entire apartment search ordeal here in San Diego and I just locked down a place. So I thought I would make a video on everything that I did, everything I learned in order to find my new place in San Diego. Whether you're just curious or you want to move here or you're also in the process of looking for a new place, then this video is probably for you. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sarah X. I live in San Diego and I make a lot of San Diego related content. Essentially, I've lived in Pacific Beach for about 4 years, but I am moving to North Park. So my search in San Diego was mainly in the North Park region, but I do also have experience looking in other neighborhoods if you guys have questions and want to leave it below. First, I'm going to talk about timelines. I think the sweet spot for when you want to start looking is 1 month to 1.5 months out from your move-in date, just because any earlier, a lot of the places that you'll see will be like move in now, and there's going to be other people that will want to move in then and beat your guys' timing. But I do have a little hack for that because me and Chris started looking actually a little bit earlier, like maybe 2 months out. And for some of the places, you could ask if they will hold the unit for you if you put the deposit down now. There's actually a place that like the listing was already up, but they still had a little bit of work to do on the place. So we asked them if we could hold the listing and they were actually willing, if we put the security deposit down now, which is only $700, to hold the listing for us until our move-in date, which was end of May. And for reference, we were looking like early April. So that's just something to keep in mind. And also you could also go tour a place and meet the person and ask if they have listings available later on down the line that they haven't put up on the website yet. I think you can even look a little bit earlier than 1.5 months. You just have to know that a lot of places are looking for pretty much immediate move-ins. The main 2 sites I use are Zillow and apartments.com. I noticed that Zillow usually has more listings than apartments.com, but I personally like the interface of apartments.com more. For some reason, I feel like it's easier to understand. I think if you're just looking for a room or if you're looking for roommates, then I would go on Facebook because there's a lot of people posting just like 1 rooms on Facebook. It's kind of harder to find an entire place on the Facebook pages. But if you're just looking for 1 room, like look up San Diego rooms, apartments, whatever sort of combination of that, join the page and see what people are posting. And you'll get a lot of cheaper options of people that were just locked into the price or looking for people to take over their lease. You can also look on Craigslist, but you have to be freaking careful because I did look on Craigslist, okay? I actually found 2 listings that were amazing. I was like, whoa, this gorgeous renovated Spanish villa. And there's like another one too. But if it's too good to be true, basically what I did was went into contact with the person on Craigslist, but then I reverse Google image searched the place, okay? Screenshot that shit, reverse Google image search, and I found the actual Zillow listings from before, and the rent was like $300, $400 more than they were posting on Craigslist. So I thought that was weird. And then like in one of the emails, they were like, oh, you need to like put down this deposit to like in order to view the place, which never pay before viewing the place. That is a red flag. The other place I thought was even more believable because they didn't like respond right away. They had showing times on the Craigslist, like open house times. Then when I emailed them, it was again sus. I had to like pay to like set up. Yeah, just use your radar with Craigslist. I know people have found good deals on there though, because you'll get more like mom and pop leasing. What I did for Zillow and apartments.com, I basically like set my filters. So what we were looking for was 2 bed, 2 bath. Set that as the filter. Dog friendly, specifically for small dogs. We were looking for in-unit washer dryer. We were looking for parking, at least 1 parking spot. That was like, those were the main requirements. So we had that filter, and then I would literally refresh like 5 times a day. Refresh, because it is competitive. You want to be the first one to get the tour. Some things that I discovered: in-unit washer dryer, hard to find, especially in combination with dog friendly. Really kind of a pain point. Like there weren't that many listings. I will say if you have a big dog, because our dog is only 17 pounds and he's more on the smaller side, some places discriminate against the bigger dogs in certain breeds as well. So it's definitely going to be harder if you have a bigger dog, but there's still going to be options. There were a couple property managements that I noticed all had in-unit washer dryer and was dog friendly. Southwest Equity Partners, Urban Coast Properties, I think Harland as well, Cabrillo, Good Life Management. I think those were the ones that I noticed consistently had more of the things we were looking for. And then for the 2-bed, 2-bath range in North Park, it seemed like it was $2,800 to like $3,500 was probably the range that you're looking for. And then a tip is that you definitely want to look at the square footage. Some places photograph better than it actually is. Like some places just look bigger in the photos, but look at the actual square footage. So I want to say like 850 is probably the average square footage, but if you're getting to like the 900 over 1,000 range, like that is really good. Like that's, you're gonna get a lot of space for that. Anything below, I want to say like 750, you're getting on the smaller end of things. And then one thing about the filters is that if you're really not finding a lot of listings because you filtered down too much, make your filters a little wider just to see, because some places, maybe there's just some exceptions to the rule. Like maybe they didn't have like the allows dog filter on, but like they actually do. That's just a tip. And if you're not really not finding anything, you'll just have to weed through more listings. Okay, something that you can also do that I started doing was going on Zillow, for example, looking up a property, seeing that you like, let's say you see a property that you kind of like, look up what leasing management or property management company they are, go on their actual website and see what available listings they have, because sometimes they'll post things on their actual website that aren't available on Zillow or apartments.com yet. So go directly to their website. You can even bookmark those websites as well and refresh every day to see if there are new listings. Another way you could look that I've seen people say on Reddit is to actually drive or walk around the neighborhood that you're interested in and see where they have signs that it says like for rent with a number. And I actually, when I was walking around Pacific Beach by where I currently live, I saw a lot of the signs. So I was like, yeah, this is definitely a valid way to do it. And you know, maybe not all those people are posting on the websites. So that is another way if you're in the area. Some of my personal experiences that I wanted to share, I did rent with Harland. I was with Harland Property Management in Pacific Beach for 4 years. They raised the rent on us every single year, which I know is allowed. The rent for my room when I first started renting was $1,300, and a couple years later it is now at almost $1,700. Maybe look into what people have experiences with, like the raising the rent if you want to be there for a long time. I'll also say like maybe take the reviews of property managements with a grain of salt, because a lot of people who just happen to have bad experiences are the ones leaving the reviews. There were a lot of just bad reviews on a lot of the property managements when I looked it up, but if one place is getting like a shit ton of bad ones, then I would start to really think about avoiding it. One that I saw on Reddit that was getting a bunch of hate was Gray Star Management. People were not happy with Gray Star Management. But in general, I would really focus on like your must-haves, like your deal breakers. Make sure the place has that, and then for the rest, maybe tour it and see how you feel about it. There were a couple places that I found. This first place that we toured, the rent was $2,800. It was a 2-bed, 2-bath, everything we wanted. It was a lower unit, so it didn't get as much light in the living room as I would have liked. It said 850 square feet, but it definitely felt smaller to me for some reason. It also was kind of dirty because they still had to like deep clean it. So you had to just really envision what it was going to be in your head.
There's no heat or...
Heat. There's no AC, but there's heat.
There's central heating? Is what you're saying? It's like gas?
Yeah, it's radiator thingy. I'm not gonna pretend to know the word. This thing is a heater.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's gas. Works
Yeah.
good?
Yeah,
Oh, this is cute. I like this little space over here. But this was actually the company that was willing to hold the unit for us. And the lady who showed us the place was super chill too. She's like, yeah, we could like let you start bringing stuff in like a couple of weeks ahead of time. Like, and this was Southwest Equity Partners. And $2,800 wasn't a bad rent either. It wasn't like very far from all the stuff in North Park. Like it was a pretty good location. So that was the first place we toured. And just some tips for touring in general. If you are like really interested and want, maybe maybe bring like a measuring tape just to get like the actual measurements of the room, because sometimes they don't have that on the website or it's like not accurate. But like if you want to start buying stuff for your place, it'd be nice to have the measurements. So yeah, just bring a tape measure. You never know. Also, I would definitely just ask like how much they expect utilities to be, because utilities are usually not all included. So like how much do you expect the water bill to be, the SDGE, like what's the averages on that. And I've seen people say like you should like test the water pressure, like flush the toilet, turn the shower on just to make sure like it doesn't sound like it's about to break, you know what I mean? Check that the windows work. But I think one thing that really helped me was that I was very responsive. Like you kind of do have to be on top of it. Like I would immediately message on Zillow, but I wouldn't use the generic message that was built in. I would be like, hey, me and my boyfriend are very interested in this unit, a little bit about us. I literally gave like how much we made a month, that we have good credit score, that we have a small dog, 17 pounds, well behaved. Like I literally said more about myself, and then be like, could we tour sometime this, like give a date and time. And that like worked really well. And then make sure you like check your emails, like you want to respond fast. So what I did was set up literally like 4 tours back to back to back to back on a Saturday. We only did 1 day of tours and we knocked them all out in 1 day and found our place. The second place we toured was with Urban Coast Properties. So this was a place on Iowa Street in North Park, which is very close to all the stuff. Very good location. It had in-unit washer dryer. It was like very new looking. What I thought was cool was that there was a spiral staircase that led up to kind of a loft area. But I think because of the loft area, the other 2 rooms, like the actual 2 bedrooms, were small. They were like way smaller than I was expecting, or that it looked from the pictures. You see, this is why you have to tour. The rooms looked so much smaller in person than in the pictures. I loved the loft though, but the thing about the spiral staircase is I feel like it looks cool, but then it's not actually very practical because they're kind of dangerous. Like I don't even know if Ozzy, like our dog, could safely get up or down it. Another issue with this one was that there was like no windows in the living room area, and the kitchen windows faced another like wall of an apartment. So the lighting was not good and the views were not good. Also, they didn't have a parking spot. And like the reason why I even toured it was because I was gonna ask him, because sometimes they have parking spots to reserve and like you can just like put yourself on a wait list. You just never know. So like it's always good to just go and ask in person. And this place, the rent was $3,100. Okay, and so then the third place we were gonna tour was with Good Life Property Management, and I did not have a good experience with them, okay? Because the listing was up, I scheduled a tour. I had an actual person reach out to me to be like, oh, we will let you know. It's like a self-guided tour, which first of all, I don't like self-guided tours because I want someone there that I can ask questions and build a rapport with. So I already didn't like that. And then they said they would let me know how to enter the unit like 3 hours before. The day rolls around, I don't get an email. I reach out, I still don't get an email. Right after our tour was supposed to be, they were like, oh, like how did the tour go? Like it was like an automated. They were like, you can apply here. And then like a couple weeks later, like they were like, oh, it's off market. So some places will make it. And they had an application thing online where you could apply before even touring. So I think they just wanted application money. They just wanted us to apply because they probably were already in the talks with someone else, but they just wanted our money. So be careful of that. I know it's like sometimes you get excited and you're scared that somebody's going to apply before you. And honestly, if you have the money to just apply to a bunch of places, yeah, maybe do that and like get in line so that you're earlier before even touring. But I would suggest touring before applying. So the fourth place. This one I actually was not thinking anything of before going, because I tried to schedule a tour and they emailed me back being like, we're really overwhelmed with requests. We're getting so many requests for this place. They got so many requests that they raised their rent from $2,800 to $3,100. So I was like, oof, yikes, we're not getting this place because my move-in date's like 2 months from now. But I was like, let me just tour just in case. Day of, they emailed me, and this is why I say you have to be on top of it. Day of the tour, they emailed me being like, we actually just have an opening that just happened. Can you come? And I was like, yeah. Turns out we're the first tour. I think the first tour canceled and we ended up being the first tour. So they were like, if you apply, actually you have priority. And I was like, so then we got more interested, because this place, 2-bed, 2-bath, there's a balcony with a view of the sunrise, 2 parking spots. Absolutely unheard of, I'm telling you. And not just 2 parking spots, there's a parking garage. Like we have an entire garage for storage and then a spot behind. Dog friendly, in-unit washer dryer, and it's like 2 floors. And what I like about this place is that the kitchen, like the place where you would be chopping up your vegetables and cooking, has a view of the living room TV. So I can turn the TV on while I cook. Rent $3,100, no utilities included, which is really annoying. Like I've never had to pay for water or trash, but with this place, like that was not included. Needless to say, we applied immediately after, and this is gonna be our new home. So let me give you an empty apartment tour right now. And the thing about this place is that we did have to budge on the timeline. So we wanted to move in end of May, but because of the amount of interest they had, they were like, we can't do anything later than April 24th. So I do have to pay double rent for a month. And the other thing we were foregoing was, I was like, there could be other ones that pop up in the next month, but I kind of just like locking it down, so I was willing to do that. And I've been looking since then. There's only been one place. It's like 1,100 square feet, so it's massive, but there's only one parking spot, and the kitchen setup I don't like as much. So like honestly, I'm really happy with it. I don't think there's really going to be any place that I like better with it, especially with 2 parking spots. Parking in North Park sucks. Knowing that I'll be able to come home at night to a spot is huge. But I am going to make a whole series on decorating my apartment. I'm gonna make it so freaking aesthetic, you have no idea. And I am not doing boring beige and white shit. Like my place is gonna be colorful as fuck. So stay tuned. Comment any questions, DM me with questions. I will respond. May the odds be ever in your favor. And I really do just think like, be proactive, give them a little bit of info about yourself. And if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.